What's up, you guys, and welcome back to As Told by GiGi 101. It is Sunday, which means that I will be giving you a once upon a time review, recap, whatever you want to call it. So this episode didn't really captivate my attention as much as the other episodes until the very end. So with that, I'm just going to say, if you don't like spoilers, you might as well just click out of this video now. And if you still want to see my face, why don't you go check out my DIY Harry Potter video that I made of a makeup Quidditch box. Yes, I read your comments. I get it. I said it wrong. But if you don't mind, or if you watch the episode, come join me on this recap review. So we didn't see a lot of Regina, but since Regina was in what she now has dubbed as being Underbrook, of course she wanted to look for Daniel. So she happens to run into Cruella, and Cruella is now the mayor since Hades made Regina's mom, Cora, back to being Miller's daughter. She gave her like this map, and apparently it's like in cryptic messages, and it's an outline of all the plots and all the headstones in Underbrook. And you have to know how to decipher it. So basically, there are 3 different ways in which the headstones can be, and each way means something. So the first way is that the headstone is in perfect contact, sitting upright. That means the person's in Underbrook. If the headstone is laying flat, then that means that the person has moved on to a better place. If the headstone has a crack in it, that pretty much means that person went to hell. So, of course, Cruella wants to know why and who she's looking for, and Regina's like, nothing, I was just curious. So Regina enlists the help of Snow White because she no longer wants to be Mary Margaret. She is now Snow again. She enlists the help of Snow White to find the headstone of Daniel, and Snow finds it, and initially Regina didn't want to look at it, and Snow was like, you want to see this. And his headstone was knocked over. It was revealed prior to this point, when she first met Cruella, it was revealed that she was having problems with her magic. Which is normal, because every time they go into another realm, she experiences problem with her magic. She just has to figure out what can trigger her to use her magic in each realm. Now let's get on to Mila. So Rumpelstiltskin went into his pawn shop, which is owned by his father, who is Peter Pan, and his father left him a note saying that, my deal is still on the offer, but while I'm gone, you can use my shop, whatever is in it, and when you're ready to take me for my word, you can use that little fluty flute thing that only lost boys can hear. So Rumpel's like, yeah, whatever. And he's like, whatever with the note. And he goes into the back and he takes out this eye and puts it in a potion. And in a crystal ball, he gets to see, he opens the crystal ball and he asks, show me who my heart desires. And you see Belle. And Belle is eating lunch with Grumpy, the elf. And he gets super upset, so upset that he drops the crystal ball. Now, initially, when watching it, you would assume that he was just jealous and he was thinking that Belle was cheating on him. And I'm all like, Rumpel, for real? Like, she's not even smiling or anything while she's having lunch. Like, why are you freaking out? So, all of a sudden, it is imperative that he helps them save Hook because he needs to get back to Storybrooke. So, he goes into the Charming's home and he's all like, I know how we can get Hook. I don't need the rest of you. I only need Emma. So he tells Emma that the way to get in to the underworld is they have to have the aura of a unfinished business ghost, pretty much. And she's like, okay, well, where are we going to get that? And he's like, I know someone. So he leaves, and all of a sudden, boom, there's Mila being a crossing guard, helping cross the dead children. Which is very, very morbid. And also, I'm not being facetious, but I genuinely want to know, what kind of unfinished business do children have? If you know, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm real curious about that. But anyway, so she's all like looking at him like, what are you doing here? And he's like, relax, I'm not dead. I came to visit. But your boo thing, okay, Hook, he is down there with Hades, and I need you to help us get through. He's like, come on. there's someone you need to meet. So he brings her over and he meets Emma Swan. And he's like, so this is Emma. Let me give you a little background on Emma, okay? Emma met Neil. That's what he is known as. Not Bellfire, but Neil. And they had this teenage love affair that resulted in a teenage pregnancy that happened in prison. And Mila's like, what? And she's like, oh, and she's currently Hook's lover. And Mila's like, so you were with my son and my former lover? And Emma doesn't even say anything because she doesn't get a chance to get a word in edgewise. And she's just like, the look on her face is like, there is so much more to this story that you don't even know. Rumpelstiltskin's like, okay, before this gets any more awkward, let's go, because we can laugh about this later on. So he leads them back. So he's leading them, and they're like, where are we going? And they're like, to the gates of hell. And he ends up in Emma's house. And Emma's like, the gates of hell is in my basement? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. So they get in there, and they're like, okay, so how are we going to get down there? So he said, all we need to do is hold hands. So here goes a scene of epic proportions. Okay, you got Mila, Rumple, and Emma Swan holding hands. They hold hands. Mila takes the lead and walks them down. They find a boat, and they take the boat through the river of lost souls. And Rumpelstiltskin's all like, why are you coming? And she's like, I have my reasons. And he's like, whatever. So they take the boat through the river of lost souls. They get to the place where Hook is. Emma rescues Hook. While she's in there trying to rescue Hook, we go into the story of what happened to Mila and Rumple more in depth. So basically what happened was, this was after the Goblin Wars that Rumple had forced himself to get hurt. And Bellfire had gotten bitten by some weird animated snake and he was gonna die. So he went to go see a voodoo doctor, pretty much. And he wanted 125 gold coins. They didn't have it. Mila took the last change that they had and bought a dagger and talked Rumple into going and killing him to get the potion. Rumple goes in and he couldn't do it. And the guy's like, of course you can't. He's like, how much does your son mean to you? He's like, everything. So basically what ends up happening is that he strikes a deal with Rumple to give the potion to Bay, which I think is pretty much how Rumple got on the whole kick of everything comes with a price and let's make a deal. So we don't at this point know what the deal is. So, moving on with that background story, he comes back, he gives the potion to Bay. Bay is okay. Mila's like, did you kill him? Do we need to save the body? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, I didn't kill him.
Kill him? What accent was that?
No, I didn't kill him. Everything's fine. Here's the deal. Now, this was partial the original deal of actual story of Rumpelstiltskin. The deal that he struck with the voodoo doctor was that he would give them his second child. And Mila was like, what? And he's like, it's okay, because we're not going to have another baby. We just need Bay. And she's like, but you sold our future. She gets up, she's like, I'm going to the tavern. And that's how she ended up being with Hook. Now, we come from that flashback, and Rumpelstiltskin's all like, what's your unfinished business? Because if it's Hook, you don't got a chance. Blondie's got him. She's like, Hook was never my unfinished business, stupid. My unfinished business was always Bay. Now, I was wondering, did she even care about her son? Because she left her son to just travel the seven seas with the pirate. I don't understand why she didn't bring her son. You feel me? I don't understand that. But basically, that was her unfinished business. So, Emma's in there saving Hook. All of a sudden, Hades comes out and freezes Mila and takes Rumpelstiltskin. So, he wants to make a deal with Rumpelstiltskin that if he gets all of his friends to stay in Underbrook, he would let him go home to Mrs. Dark One. I thought that was really funny. So, Rumpelstiltskin's like, fine, whatever. But Mila saw me. He was like, well, I'm sure you can fix that. So he zaps Rumpelstiltskin back and unfreezes Mila. And Mila's like, yo, what the flip, no squad? Hades was right there. And so Rumpelstiltskin's like, well, guess what, Mila? You got what you always wanted. You wanted me to take control and do what I need to do to get what I want? Here we go. He goes like this, and he blasts Mila. Mila screams for Emma, because she said that if Rumple were to do something stupid, she was going to scream for her. So he blasts Mila and blasts her into the river of lost souls. Emma comes running out with Hook, which I'm trying to figure out what took them so long. And he lies and says that Hades came and attacked and he tried to save her, but he used his magic against him and his hand was like scorched or something. And now they believe him. So they go back up above ground to like Underbrook. And the plan the whole time was to get Hook and for Regina to take Emma's heart out, break it, they share a heart, just like Snow and Prince Charming. But remember, Regina didn't have any powers. Well, right as they were all about to get together and meet, Regina sees an injured horse. And I guess her love of horses, or maybe the thought of Daniel, she just went like this and the horse was better, so she had her powers back. So now everything is right in the world of Underbrook with the Storybrooke characters. So she goes to take Emma's heart out, but something's not right. It was like there was a protection spell. So Regina's like, what the hell? And Emma's like,
What the hell? Why didn't that work?
So they go to the graveyard and there are 3 headstones, all intact. Hook tells them that Hades initially wanted him to pick people to pick 3 people to stay in the underworld, to stay in Underbrook. I'm sorry, you guys. And he refused to do it. So I think Rumpelstiltskin actually picked people, or whatever the case may be, and it was Regina, Snow White, and Emma Swan. So now they can't leave. So Rumpelstiltskin is acting this whole time. He's like, I save Hook in one day and y'all managed to get yourself in deeper crap. Well, I'm going back to my shop. He actually goes back to see Hades. So now he's like, listen, I did what you asked me to do. Zap me back to my wife. So Hades is like, hold up, hold the phone, back up, okay? Because we did have a deal, but you lied to me. Now Hades brings up the ball that he was watching Mrs. Dark One with the whole entire time. Remember when Bay got bit and they went to the voodoo doctor and the voodoo doctor gave Rumpelstiltskin the potion at the cost of his second child? And remember when Rumpelstiltskin looked in the ball and saw Belle and was so upset? This is when it all comes full circle. And this is how the episode ends, and this was the best part to me. So apparently, Belle is pregnant. The voodoo doctor is with Hades, and he signed over the contract to Hades, meaning that Rumpelstiltskin's second child, which Belle is carrying, and she doesn't even know it yet, belongs to Hades. But he flipped it, and he said that now Rumpelstiltskin has to work for him. And Rumpel has this horrible look of grief over his face. But can you blame him? I mean, imagine your whole entire life you were a coward and then you became the Dark One and you had to answer to nobody because why? You always had the dagger. And now someone's controlling you without even the need of your dagger. Could you imagine? I mean, I was just mind blown. Like, the episode wasn't too appealing to me. I had a lot of fun interacting with you guys on Twitter, though. There were a couple of catchphrases and catch lines that really made me laugh, but I don't know. The episode in its entirety was kind of underplayed, I guess. It also could be because I'm more so into the storyline of Regina than Rumpelstiltskin. But yeah. If you saw the episode, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. If you don't watch the show, just based off of what I told you, what did you think of that episode? Like, it was so much harder to explain this episode because I literally filmed it and refilmed it and refilmed it and refilmed it like 17 times. And it still ended up being super duper long. But I cannot wait for next week's episode. I feel like I'm going to be a lot more excited and enthusiastic about giving you guys that review. So as always, please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share because sharing is caring. As always, I love to hear from you. So stalk my life, leave comments.
Tell me what you want to say. Tell me what you want to do. Tell me, yeah!
Yep, get into that weird part. Thanks for watching. Loves and likes ya. Bye!